Welcome to the week. I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome in. This is a very important week. I did the weekly readings for this week last week, so I'm going to put a little link to a playlist if you missed your weekly reading. Check it out. This week I will be posting the mid-month readings. I'll be traveling next week, so we'll do our best. But the mid-month readings are super important as we're going through this eclipse portal. That's happening on the 14th. So that's going to be a big, important reading this week for each one of you. This morning, I want to take a look at the preparation for that. I did a little for whoever reading last night that had to do with preparation for this eclipse energy. And let's talk about what you need to know. So right now, I'm doing this reading as Mars is squaring Pluto. So there can be some big kind of flashbang things that happen, but I want to say this to you. I just want to give everybody who's on the spiritual path a little bit of a relax, okay? Because y'all are open and awake to things, and y'all are paying attention. Y'all are doing your work, and you're all taking care of yourselves, and you're all learning and healing and doing all this stuff. I know because we talk about it every day, and you send me notes, and I hear what you're saying. So I just want to say to you that, like, really the people who get buffeted around by energy more than anything are people who are rigidly kind of holding on to old paradigms in their lives or not wanting to see the truth in things. And so astrological events tend to buffet them around a little bit more. So I want to invite you. I'm doing a class Tuesday night to show you how to look and see how things may be impacting you astrologically, how they affect you. All right. I'm going to show you how to do that. There's a link below in the description box. If you want to jump onto that class, it's on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. You'll get the replay if you're not live, but I will be answering questions. So it'd be great to have you. All right. So let's see where we're going today. This is definitely an energy that's being transmuted by everybody on the spiritual path right now. And right. Shadow. Looking at things that are popping up for us and the air energy. I almost feel like this has to do with those of us who are working through our own shadow, working through our own kind of spiritual awakening. We're holding place right now for a lot of people who aren't. A lot of people who are like, no, this is how it's supposed to work, or this is how I want it to work, or something like that, who are very closed off to other people's needs or energies around situations, kind of just wanting to force things. I just feel like that's something that we're all paying attention to on the spiritual path, holding space for other people. And I also feel like the run up to an eclipse, eclipse energy is activation energy. It's also a doorway, a portal to the future. It's almost like in Chutes and Ladders, right? When you get down you get down the chute and it's like takes you to a place faster. That's kind of what this is. That's kind of what we're dealing with. And those on the spiritual path, or those who are paying attention to their own healing, are doing a lot more of that. You're getting to places faster. You're witnessing things. You're holding space for things. This year has been a lot of energy of things aren't changing. So how am I going to react to that? Am I going to respond in a way that says, okay, well, this is where I want things to go. If I push things, if I force things, I'm going to mess it up for real. So don't go freaking out on people over text, or don't go shoving things too hard or trying to make things happen. Although over the course of this year, I know we all have done that. I have done that. I've seen other people do it. And it's just like, okay, well, that's not working for me. So just chill, all right? 8 of Swords. What's underneath is what you may not see coming, of course, with that 8 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles, the Chariot energy, the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, wow, and the 10 of Cups. I like that, all right? So you may not see that someone standing up for themselves is actually a path to happiness. So in the past, you may have had a relationship. I'm just going to use this example where everybody was just trying to go along to get along. Don't say how you feel. Don't, gin up a fight. Don't make things difficult. I almost feel like some of you who have done that have had it blow up on you. Okay. That if you're not speaking your feelings, if you're not transmuting the energy of your feelings, right? If you're not recognizing your shadow when you're triggered, if you're not doing those things, then you're standing in place. Although it feels like go along to get along, don't get too high, don't get too low, don't shove, don't try to make a big deal out of something. I feel like the maturity level of, all right, this doesn't feel good to me. I'm going to have a conversation with somebody. I'm not going to, create some kind of big explosion or anything. I'm going to say, look, this isn't working for me and I'd like to talk to you about it. Okay. Or this may be hard for you to hear, but I really need to say something to you. Some of you are experiencing going through situations that have changed radically, even though you've done nothing. It feels like I'm not doing anything. Why is this changing? Or I don't want this to change. And so I'm going to try and stop it from changing. The thing is that when you stand up and you communicate honestly, when you're willing to embrace the uncomfortable truth about something, that's when things move forward. It's like you're not trying to turn something into something it's not. Okay, there's something about that. This air energy makes me feel like this is a lot about thoughts, our own internal thinking. So because this Eight of Swords is very much internal thinking, and it's also self-restriction. It's about us not doing something that we've been thinking a lot about, and we're not taking any action on it. I feel like the action is different than what you think the action is. So if you are triggered by somebody, instead of trying to get them back or trying to match that energy, Mars energy, it's much more nurturing. This is a Cancer energy. So there's something here about divine feminine, caring for oneself, caring for the relationships you have with other people, the experiences, caring enough to have boundaries, caring enough to say, I don't really want this to damage our relationship. Can we have a talk about it? That's good. If you're going through a situation that's with somebody that isn't like that it's like, I don't feel like I can say that to somebody, then maybe the relationship is kind of down the road of being, it's going to take a lot of work to get it back. So whatever's happening here, I feel like if you embrace the challenge of being, openly and honestly and sort of nakedly yourself, being authentic, then you're going in the right direction, even if it feels uncomfortable. I mean, especially if it feels uncomfortable. Okay. So Hermit energy here, Ace of Pentacles. Wow. High Priestess. I've been getting a lot of this. Some of you have a spiritual partner here, and this can be about the opportunity that's showing up. Okay, the opportunity that's showing up. Six of Pentacles, King of Cups, Wheel. If you have not pushed this situation, I know this isn't a twin flame reading, but if you have not pushed this situation and you've helped this person, like legit help them without it being an agenda, like I want them to do a certain thing, with it being like legitimately I'm here to help you, or you ask me my advice, I'm going to give you the honest truth. Especially if it doesn't look like it's gonna help me at all. Like I'm legit on your side and I don't have an agenda here. I'm trying to like put myself in a different place, in the place of true, sorry, the sun keeps coming in and out. Sorry. I can't control that. Especially if this person needs you to remove your needs for a second, and what I'm not saying here though is burying your needs. I'm saying you are being kind of service to somebody here. 10 of Wands, the Star card, and the Eight of Pentacles. I think this is going to go a long way. And I'm almost saying like my mother used to say, making points with St. Peter. Like that is something that is really true. I think you're not doing it for that reason. You're doing it out of love for another human being. some of you could be in a situation where you have to kind of put your own agenda aside in order to create a boundary that's going to be healthy. So you might want a person to come toward you really quickly, but you know that they need healing, or you know that this is something that would just bounce off or something like that. Though, even though you want them with you, right? I want what I want, but I'm going to say to you, I think it's better if we give some space here. I think it's better. Like, it's up to you, but I think it's better. And there's something here about doing things differently than you would normally do them. Okay? Doing things differently than you would normally do them. So I'm going to clarify the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. We have Virgo and Cancer, a lot of Cancer energy, Jupiter and Aquarius. So please clarify the Hermit. Hermit is transmuting energy. Page of Wands. It's a new lesson here. 2 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords. Healing. Healing without manipulation. Doing things in an authentically spiritual way. Out of unconditional love for another person or unconditional love for yourself. So if this is an internal experience and you have a chance to do something that's a little bit shady, but you know that you're really going to benefit from this, I feel like you opt on the side of take the high road. I feel like you take the high road here. And, and ultimately, I want you to know this, you're going to get what you want. Everything is always working out for me, right? Everything is always working out for me. So it's like the wheel is, what is love? What is that quality of expression from us that is really pure? There's some kind of purity to it. And that can be a divine feminine energy that you're not going to lie. You're not going to say, hey, I want you to come toward me, whatever, but I think there needs to be a break here. I think there needs to be some healing. I'm going to put up a boundary for myself that says, I want love when it's ready. I want the experience to not be codependent. What is the High Priestess saying here? 10 of Pentacles, Moon, Strength, 9 of Wands. I'm not going to do my old habits. I'm not going to go back to that. I'm free of them now, right? I'm free of them. I'm deciding to be free of them. And if I want something to last, then I want it to start on the right foot, or I want it to be something that can last the test of time. We've got the 8 of Pentacles here, the 10 of Pentacles, the King of Cups in the middle here with the 6 of Pentacles, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Wow. 3 of Swords. Okay, fair enough. And then the 9 of Pentacles. It's like you're going to need to be, if passion is being offered to you, it's sort of like, okay, it's sort of like your crush coming toward you because they're super drunk and they know that you really are into them, and so they're just going to take advantage of that. And that's kind of low vibe, right? That's kind of low vibe. So there's a sense of like, okay, I might not do this right now because I am healing that old pattern in myself that's would have said yes to you. Definitely would have said yes to you. And now I'm going to say no to you because I feel like that's the right thing for me. And I feel like there's that boundary. There's something about that boundary that creates a lot of respect or creates a lot of healing between the two of you. If this is just you, if this is you choosing to do something, you could go the low road. You could. There's an opportunity to kind of go behind the back of somebody and make points at work. There's an opportunity to not share some information with somebody that would really help them. I'm going to say to you that this is a new day and we are going, Pluto is watching. Pluto is watching. So we have Pluto in retrograde in Capricorn right now. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So there's a lot of like teachery kind of energy here. And it's like, there's Pluto. It's like watching you. True integrity is what you do when you think no one else is watching. And you still do the high road thing. You still take the high road thing. I'm going to take this tower right there because that feels strong to me. So Wheel of Fortune, King of Swords. Look at all the kings here. We're missing the King of Pentacles, but we have now we have all the kings because the Emperor is here, the Four of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. Dynamically speaking, this is moving in a direction. Mars is here, Aquarius is here, the Four of Pentacles. It's kind of like there's going to be some kind of new beginning because you've held back, because you've said, this isn't healthy for me, or this won't be healthy for me, or this is something that I need to do for myself, right? Like you could just let things go along the way they are, but you're like, no, I need to do something because it's healthy for me. It's good for me. And it's the harder thing to do. It's definitely the harder thing to do. So in preparation for this eclipse moment that we're having, and I'm going to talk about it Tuesday night, it is forming a yod. Okay, so what that means is it's like a very long skinny triangle. I talked about it last night. It's pointing at the eclipse. So these two other planets that are kind of like within 60 degrees of each other are pointing right at the eclipse, Neptune and Uranus. And I described it a lot. If you want to listen to what I had to say about that, you can watch that reading last night. But this is definitely about like, are you tracking towards something that's balanced and healthy and long-term? Or are you still in the place of this 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and I'm still unwilling to give up this pattern. I'm still unwilling to take the high road because the end is worth it for me. The end result of having this person with me is worth it. I almost feel like that is going to be not the truth. I think there's a bouncing off here because we definitely have a sense of like, it's going to take some work and effort to get to the next level of your situation. Now, I want to say this too. In eclipse time, so we have the eclipse happening on the 14th, the lunar or the solar eclipse, and then the lunar eclipse in Taurus at the end of the month. That is a portal of time that is going to be like an accelerant. So whatever energy you put into it is going to expand. Do you want to put something negative into it? Because that will expand. If you want to put something positive into it, that will expand. That's my point. Okay. So I'm going to continue this. I'm going to get a card or two for each zodiac sign to give you some advice in the eclipse time. Let's go for it. Link is below. If you want to continue on Pathfinders, we're just going to keep on going. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.